Can you imagine how a tiny change in the past, like the smallest decision, could completely erase every human being on Earth and replace them with entirely new people who were never born before? Or how it could bring back the dead and at the same time cause the living to die? Stay tuned, because we're about to explore exactly how that could happen. Since childhood, we've all seen time travel movies where a small change in the past slightly alters the future. Maybe someone disappears or a key event plays out differently. But here's what most of those stories get wrong. They almost never show how deeply those changes ripple through people's lives or how a single action could eventually replace everyone on the planet. I stumbled across this idea while writing a story about time travel, and what I discovered honestly blew my mind. Let's walk through it step by step. Imagine this. A man is walking home late at night after work. He's starving and he can't wait to eat the dinner his wife has cooked. On the way, he passes by a restaurant. The wind blows away from him, carrying the scent in opposite direction. He briefly thinks, maybe I should eat out tonight, but decides against it and keeps walking home. He gets home early, eats dinner quickly, and has some time to relax with his wife. One thing leads to another, and they end up making love. 9 months later, they have a baby boy. Let's call him Boy 1. Boy 1 grows up to be outgoing, full of energy, makes lots of friends, and eventually becomes a doctor who saves many lives. Now let's rewind. We go back to that same night. This time, while passing by the restaurant, a small gust of wind blows toward the man. He smells the delicious aroma of a freshly baked pizza. Tempted, he gives in. He stops, eats way too much, and gets home near midnight. By then, his wife is asleep. They don't have intercourse that night. A few days later, they do, and she eventually becomes pregnant. But this time, a different sperm fertilizes the egg. The result? A completely different baby. Let's call him Boy 2. Here's where most movies miss the mark. If conception happens at even a slightly different time, most probably it'll be a different sperm and therefore a different child. Boy 2 was quiet, shy, and introverted. He grows up to become a famous singer, not a doctor. Up to this point, we've only looked at one couple and their child. But their actions don't happen in isolation. Every conversation they have, every person they meet, every small decision creates a ripple effect through society. Like throwing a pebble into a pond, those ripples spread outward, touching more and more lives. Within days, weeks, or months, the entire human web starts to shift. People meet different partners. They fall in love at different times. They have children at slightly different times, which means new babies are born, replacing the ones who were never conceived in this altered reality. Fast forward 90 or 100 years and everyone alive today would be replaced by an entirely new set of humans, people who never existed in the original timeline. That's the mind-bending part. But it doesn't stop there. Think about the people who might have died shortly after that original night. Say, in accidents. In this new version of the timeline, those accidents might never happen. A driver hesitates for a second longer, a bus leaves a minute later, and suddenly those people survive. They live long, full lives without ever realizing they were supposed to die. And on the flip side, new accidents might now occur, claiming the lives of people who originally lived. So this thought experiment shows something profound. Even the tiniest change in the past, a shift in the wind, a different meal, a single decision can set off a chain reaction that rewrites the entire human race. Everyone you know, everyone who's ever lived, gone, replaced by people who were never meant to exist. Some who died come back to life. Some who lived never get the chance. Mind-bending, right? Let me know in the comments if you want me to dive even deeper into this concept and explore even stranger consequences of altering the past. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.